The UN study on violence found that children in care and justice institutions are at a higher risk of violence than virtually all other children. Central Asian region, including Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, still faces problems in separation of children from adults at all times and in all detention facilities. 62% of boys were detained together with adults in police stations, whereas 4 out of 6 girls were detained together with men. In some countries, there is no separate juvenile unit in the women's prison. In one of the colonies for minors, which was inspected by the inspection team, 11 out of 83 detainees were older than 18 years. In Kazakhstan, 65% of children in conflict with the law mentioned that they were detained in the police station together with adults. In Kyrgyzstan, 74% of minors were detained together with adults. And in Tajikistan, 39% of boys in the colony who participated in the survey said they had been held alongside adults whilst in temporary detention facilities. In closed institutions, the practice of detaining children together with adults increases the risk of violence. Juvenile suspects confined in police stations may have some contact with adults, and female juvenile offenders are confined in correctional facilities for adults. Offenders may be allowed to remain in the facilities after their 18th birthday. In the pre-trial detention center, there is no separate section for juveniles who are kept together with adults, and there is no division between the juveniles and adults, which would help to reduce the risk of exploitation or abuse. The Criminal Executive Code of Kazakhstan should be amended to ensure that children are kept separate from adults in all places of detention. The law on procedure and conditions of detention for suspects and defendants should be reformed and clarified, and explicitly require the separation of children and adults at all points of detention. Jointly, we will reduce the number of cases of detention of juveniles with adults.